Surah 27. Al-Naml, the ants. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Ta-Sin. These are the verses of the Quran and a clear book, a guidance and good tidings for the believers who establish prayer and give zakah and have firm faith in the hereafter. As for those who do not believe in the hereafter, we have made their deeds seem attractive to them, so they stumble around in perplexity. It is they for whom a grievous chastisement lies in store. It is they who shall be the greatest losers in the hereafter. As for you, O Muhammad, you are receiving the Quran from the Most Wise, the All-Knowing. Recount to them when Moses said to his family, I perceive something like fire. Soon will I bring to you some information from there, or I will bring you a burning brand that you may warm yourselves. But when Moses came to the fire, a call was sounded. Blessed is he who is in the fire and whatever is around it. Glory be to Allah, the sustainer of all in the universe. O Moses, verily, this is me, Allah, the Almighty, the All-Wise. Now cast your rod. But when he saw the rod writhing as though it were a serpent, he turned his back in retreat and did not even look behind. O Moses, have no fear. Messengers have no fear in my presence, except he who has committed some wrong. But if he substitutes good in place of evil, I am most forgiving, most compassionate. Now put your hand into your bosom, and it will come forth shining without any blemish. These are 2 of the 9 signs to be carried to Pharaoh and his people. They are surely a wicked people. But when our clear signs came to them, they said, This is plain magic. They denied those signs out of iniquity and arrogance, although their hearts were convinced of their truth. So see how evil was the end of those mischief makers? On the other hand, we granted knowledge to David and Solomon, and they said, All praise be to Allah who has exalted us above many of his believing servants. And Solomon succeeded David and said, O people, we have been taught the speech of birds, and we have been endowed with all kinds of things. Surely, this is a conspicuous favor from Allah. Hosts of jinn and humans and birds were marshaled for Solomon and were kept under full control. Solomon was once on the move with them until when they reached a valley of ants, one of the ants said, O ants, get into your holes, lest Solomon and his hosts crush you under their feet without even knowing. Smiling at the ants' utterance, Solomon burst into laughter and said, My Lord, hold me under your control, that I may render thanks for the favor which you have bestowed on me and on my parents, and that I may act righteously in a manner that would please you. Include me out of your mercy among your righteous servants. On another occasion, Solomon inspected the birds and said, Why is it that I do not see the hoopoe? Is he among the absentees? I will inflict a severe punishment on him, or maybe even slaughter him, unless he comes forth with a convincing reason for his absence. Not before long, the hoopoe came up and said, I have obtained a knowledge which you could not. I have brought for you sure news about Sheba. I found there a woman ruling over them, one who has been endowed with all things and has a mighty throne. I found that she and her people prostrate themselves before the sun rather than Allah. Satan has made their deeds appear attractive to them and has, thus, debarred them from the right path, so they do not find true guidance. That they would prostrate themselves before Allah who brings to light all that is hidden in the heavens and the earth, and knows all that you conceal and all that you reveal. Allah, none is worthy of worship save He. He is the Lord of the mighty throne. Solomon said, Soon shall we see whether you have spoken the truth or are one of those that lie. Take this letter of mine, deliver it to them, and then draw back from them, and observe what they do. The queen said, Know, my nobles, that a gracious letter has been delivered to me. It is from Solomon, and it is, In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate. It says, Do not act towards me with defiance, but come to me in submission. After reading the letter, the queen said, Nobles, let me have your counsel in this matter, for I make no firm decision without you. They said, We are strong and are given to vehement fighting, but the decision is yours. Therefore, consider what you would like to command. The queen said, When the kings enter a country, They cause corruption in it and abase those of its people who are held in honor. This is what they are wont to do. I will send them a gift and then see with what answer my envoys return." Now, when the envoy of the queen came to Solomon, he said, "Do you want to aid me with wealth? Whatever Allah has granted me is much more than what He has given you. Keep for yourselves your gift in which you are exulting. Envoy, go back to those who sent you, and we shall certainly come upon them with hosts whom they will be unable to resist. We shall drive them out from there, and they will suffer humiliation and disgrace." Solomon said, "My nobles, which of you can bring me her throne before they come to me in submission?" A stalwart of the jinn said, "I will bring it to you before you rise from your council. Surely I have the power to do so, and I am trustworthy." And he who had some knowledge of the book said, "I will bring it before the twinkling of your eye." When Solomon saw the throne placed firmly beside him, he cried out, "This is by the grace of my Lord, so that He may test me whether I give thanks for His bounty or act with ingratitude. Whoever is grateful is so to his own good, and whoever is ungrateful, let him know that my Lord is immensely resourceful, most bountiful." Solomon said, "Set the throne before her casually, and let us see whether she gets to the truth or is one of those who are not guided to what is right." When the queen arrived, she was asked, "Is your throne like this one?" She said, "It seems as if it is the same. We had already come to know this, and we had submitted ourselves." What prevented her from accepting the true faith was her worshipping deities other than Allah, for she belonged to an unbelieving people. She was told, "Enter the palace," but when she saw it, she thought it was a pool of water, and she bared both her calves to enter into it. Solomon said, "This is a slippery floor of crystal." Thereupon she cried out, "My Lord, I have been inflicting much wrong on myself. Now I submit myself with Solomon to Allah, the Lord of the whole universe." And we sent to Thamud their brother Saleh with the message, "Serve Allah," but all of a sudden they became split into two quarreling factions. Saleh said, "My people, why do you wish to hasten that evil rather than good should come upon you? Why should you not seek pardon from Allah so that mercy be shown to you?" They said, "We augur ill of you and those who are with you." Saleh replied, "Your augury is with Allah. The truth is that you are a people who are being tried." Now, there were 9 ringleaders in the city who created corruption in the land and never worked to set things right. They said, "Swear to one another in the name of Allah that we shall make a sudden night swoop on Saleh and his family, and will then tell their heirs that we did not witness the destruction of his family. We are indeed truthful." Thus they planned, and we too planned, the while they did not know. So see what was the outcome of the plan they made. We utterly destroyed them and their people, all of them. Now behold their houses that lie in utter ruins because of their wrongdoing. Verily, there is a sign in this for the people who know. And we delivered those who believed and were wont to avoid disobeying Allah. We also sent Lot, and recall when he told his people, "Do you commit shameless acts with your eyes open? Do you lustfully approach men instead of women? Nay, you engage in acts of sheer ignorance." But this had only one answer from his people. They said, "Expel Lot's folk from your city. They pretend to be absolutely clean." Eventually, we saved Lot and his family, except his wife. We had decreed that she should be among those who would remain behind. And we rained down upon them a rain. It was an evil rain for those who had already been warned. Say, O Muhammad, all praise be to Allah, and peace be on those of His servants whom He has chosen. Ask them, who is better, Allah or the false gods that they associate with Him as His partners? Who is it that has created the heavens and the earth, and sent down for you water from the sky, and then we caused to grow therewith orchards full of beauty, whose trees you could never grow? Is there any God associated with Allah in these tasks? Nay, they are a people who are veering away from the right path. Who is it who has made the earth a place of resort, and has caused rivers to flow in its midst, and has placed upon it firm mountains, and has placed a barrier between two masses of water? Is there any God associated with Allah in these tasks? Nay, but most of them do not know. Who is it who heeds the prayers of the distressed when he calls out to him, and who removes his affliction? And who is it who makes you vicegerents of the earth? Is there any God associated with Allah in this task? How little do you reflect? Who is it who guides you through the darkness on land and sea? And who sends winds as heralds of good tidings ahead of His mercy? Is there any God associated with Allah in this task? Exalted be Allah above whatever they associate with Him in His divinity. Who is it who creates in the first instance and then repeats it? Who is it who provides you with sustenance from the heavens and the earth? Is there any God associated with Allah in these tasks? Say, bring forth your evidence if you are truthful. Say, none in the heavens or on the earth has knowledge of the unseen save Allah. They do not know when they will be raised to life. Nay, but they have lost their knowledge of the hereafter. They are steeped in doubt and uncertainty about it. Rather, they are blind to it. The unbelievers say, when we become dust, we and our forefathers, shall we really be brought out from our graves? We were told about this, and so were our forefathers before us, but these are no more than fairy tales that have been recounted from ancient times. Say, go about through the earth and see what has been the end of the evildoers. O Prophet, do not grieve over them, nor be distressed at their designs. They also say, tell us when this threat will come to pass, if you are truthful. Say, the chastisement whose hastening you have been asking for, maybe a part of it has drawn quite near to you. Indeed, your Lord is exceedingly bountiful to mankind, yet most of them do not give thanks. Verily, your Lord knows all that their hearts conceal as well as all that they reveal. There is nothing that is hidden, be it in the heaven or the earth, but is recorded in a clear book. Surely, this Quran explains to the children of Israel most of the matters concerning which they have disagreements. And it is a guidance and mercy for the believers. Indeed, your Lord will decide between them by His judgment. He is almighty, all-knowing. So put your trust in Allah, for you are on the manifest truth. Surely you cannot make the dead hear you, nor can you make the deaf hear your call if they turn back in flight. Nor can you direct the blind to the right way, preventing them from falling into error. You can make only those who believe in our verses to hear the call and then submit. And when the time for the fulfillment of our word against them will come, we shall bring forth for them a beast from the earth who will speak to them, because people did not believe in our signs. Just imagine the day when we shall muster from every nation a large group of those who gave the lie to our signs, and they shall be duly arranged in ranks. Until, when all of them have arrived, Allah will say, did you give the lie to my signs even without encompassing them with your knowledge? If that is not so, what did you do? And the word will come to pass against them because of their wrongdoing. They will then be able to utter nothing. Did they not perceive that we had made the night so that they may repose in it, and made the day clear and shining? Surely there are signs in this for those who believe. The day when the trumpet will be blown, all those who are in the heavens and on the earth shall be terror-stricken, all except those whom Allah wills, and everyone shall come to Him utterly abject. You now see the mountains and consider them firmly fixed, but then they shall pass away, even as clouds pass away. That will be the handiwork of Allah, who has created everything with perfect wisdom. He is well aware of what you do. Whosoever comes with good will receive a reward better than his deed, and they will be made secure from the terror of that day. And whosoever comes with evil, they will be flung upon their faces into the fire. Will you be recompensed for aught other than what you do? Tell them, O Muhammad, I have been commanded only to serve the Lord of this city that He has made inviolable, to serve Him to whom all things belong. I have been commanded to be of those that submit to Allah, and to recite the Quran. So whosoever is guided, his guidance will be to his own good. As for those who stray, tell them, I am none but a warner. And say, all praise be to Allah, who will soon show you His signs that you will recognize. Your Lord is not unaware of what you do.